stressed out of my mind. Everything feels like it's burning and use your plants to help you unwind, calm down, and hello, fellow plant weirdos. It's your girl, Carmiel Marceline. And if you're new to the channel, hey. Welcome to the family. We unabashedly hyperfixate on plants here, and I love plants so freaking much. And there are times when I am stressed out of my mind. Everything feels like it's burning and on fire, and I can't think straight. So what do you do if you also feel that way? Can you use your plants to help you unwind, calm down, and relax? Well, I'm going to share a couple of tips that'll help you do both of those things. Tip number 1, listen to some relaxing music. One way to unwind is to just turn on your favorite playlist. Personally, I love listening to the Bridgerton soundtrack, you know, the Netflix show. Don't judge me. I do love a full orchestra recreating and reimagining these popular hits. And unfortunately, I can't play that for you. You're gonna have to use your imagination with my stock music. I'll put on my headphones, I will grab my watering can, and I get lost in a beautiful symphony. And I feel really good afterward. So why does that happen? Research shows that listening to music can alleviate signs of stress and anxiety. Music actually can increase your serotonin, aka your happy hormones, and decrease your cortisol levels, aka those stress hormones. And it also activates the part of your brain involved with reward. I will note that you should be listening to music that isn't stressful. We're not trying to have a heavy metal concert going on. Things that have a slow tempo and that don't have lyrics. And next time you pick up that watering can, pump up the jams. You'd be surprised how relaxing and calming of an experience that can truly be. Tip number 2, practice your breathing. I will be the first to admit that I suck at having regular breathing. Actually, that makes me sound like I don't breathe. I do breathe. I just breathe really fast, especially when I have a panic attack. Research shows that there are different emotions based on the different forms of breathing that you have. In that example of a panic attack, I have very short, shallow breaths because I'm in a fight or flight mode. I'm like, but if you change the tempo, the pace at which you are breathing, you can potentially change how you feel. How does this work? Well, imagine your breath as a remote control. If you change the rhythm of your breath, you can signal relaxation and you can slow your heart rate. When you inhale, right, those shallow breaths inward, your heart rate goes up. But if you spend more time exhaling, then you can slow your heart rate down. It's very complex. I was doing a lot of research on this and a lot of publications and journals. I'm going to link down below something if you are interested in learning more. Add this to your plant care routine. The next time that you're at your sink filling your watering can, breathe in for 4 seconds and then breathe out for 8 seconds and repeat to just calm yourself down. Should we do it together? Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now exhale for 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then repeat. You don't even need me. Tip number 3, get moving. I'm sure you've heard of a runner's high, that state of euphoria. When you feel like you're on top of the world, you're so much less stressed, you've reduced your anxiety. Research shows that being physical, doing that strenuous activity can reduce stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, and increase those happy hormones that we absolutely love, endorphins. While I'm not saying to grab your plant and run on that treadmill, because that would be very difficult and dangerous to do, you can do small things like instead of bottom watering, maybe you top water. That forces me to make multiple trips walking back and forth between my kitchen sink and my living room and my bedroom, right? So a little bit more kind of cardio and activity. You could also make this a full body exercise. Just go with me. You could lift your plants as weights. Like this one is pretty heavy, so you could get more exercise that way. Tip number 4, words of affirmation or be your own cheerleader. I don't know about you, but words of affirmation is my love language. Tell me I'm pretty. Tell me I'm funny. Give me a good compliment and we'll be just fine. I'm half kidding, but seriously, affirmations are the key to my heart, right? It lifts my spirits up because I'm spending more time feeling confident, feeling assured of who I am, feeling valued. And I spend less time doing some of that negative self-talk, which if you know, right? Sometimes we're our biggest critics and we always beat ourselves up. If you spend more time on the positive, it definitely outweighs the negative. My personal favorite thing to do is grab some sticky notes and a marker. You probably already have all of these in your home, and I will write several positive self-affirmations that make me feel good. So if I need someone to be my cheerleader, I will write things like, "You're a badass bitch," or "Girl, you got this." I put those on my planters so that every single time I walk by my plants, I walk by my IKEA plant cabinet, and I need to check if things need to be watered, I'm reminded of, yeah, I got this. Yeah, I'm a boss ass bitch. Damn straight I am. It's really helpful because, I actually received that advice from one of my past therapists who knew I struggled with self-love. And if it's hard for you to be your own cheerleader, which, honey, I get it. I get it. And it's a lifelong journey. It gives you that little nudge, that push, that little reminder to not be so hard on yourself. Tip number 5, practice gratitude. This one I struggle with. It's always easier to see the glass half empty than it is to see it half full. And I have no idea why I do it. It's like I'm wired that way in my psyche, like deep down below the iceberg. But practicing gratitude has immense benefits. When we express gratitude, our little happy hormones, dopamine and serotonin, are released into our system. And the leading scientific expert on gratitude, Dr. Robert Emma, says that people who practice gratitude more regularly are happier, healthier, and have better relationships. How can you spend less time on the negativity and more on the positivity? Well, an easy way to incorporate practicing gratitude with your plant care routine is every single time you water each of your plants, think about something that you are grateful for. For me, I'm grateful for my partner, Ethan, for my dog, Otis. I'm so blessed to have them in my life. I'm grateful for all of you fellow plant weirdos for being here with me, right? And that just gives me so much joy and definitely less of the icky stuff. Tip number 6, get some sunlight. I used to scoff whenever someone was like, you should get more vitamin D. I'm going to be that annoying friend for you that tells you to go outside, okay? So go outside, get some sunlight, all right? I'll wait. Actually, maybe not. Maybe wait till after my video is done so I can get more watch time. Research shows that lower levels of vitamin D is typically associated with higher levels of stress. Not good, not good. And this is important to know, especially during the winter months, like right now when we have less exposure to sunlight. So venture outside, tend your garden. And if you don't have an outdoor garden like me, Stick your head as close as you can to that window and absorb all of the delicious sunlight and vitamin D. Tip number 7, get some sleep. Okay, this one isn't necessarily related to your plant routine, but you could dream about plants, so technically by some force it is connected, and it was too important for me to leave out. The National Sleep Foundation recommends that every adult get between 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. Did you just wince? Do you sleep less than that? My minimum is 7 hours, but 8 is when I feel real good. Have any of you pulled an all-nighter? 1, 2 all-nighters, or you haven't had more than 5 hours of sleep for the last 3 consecutive days? Lack of sleep is correlated with lack of motivation, lack of optimism, lack of sociability, all the not good stuff, right? Been there, do not want to go there again. And chronic issues with lack of sleep are correlated with more stress and also more anxiety. And let's say you're stressed about all the things on your to-do list for the next day. Before you go to bed, just write all of those tasks down. Water my 100 plants before I go on vacation. That way you can go to bed without the stresses looming in the back of your mind. There you have it. Those are several tips to decompress. You don't need to choose between de-stressing yourself and taking care of your plants. You can do both. We love efficiency, right? We love multitasking. Were any of these tips helpful for you? Anything you're going to try? Let me know down below in the comments. And as always, if you liked today's video, hit that like button. It would help me and that YouTube algorithm so very much. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every single time I post, which is every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, ring that bell. And with that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for spending it with me, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!